So we've been covering that critical Amazon union effort down in Bessemer, Alabama. We actually had a report on the ground from Maximilian Alvarez last week. We've also been covering the fact that up to this point, Joe Biden had been silent in spite of describing himself as a union man. What does he say?
Right. From
shoes to belt buckle, or I can't remember exactly what he says. Anyway, he finally did weigh in. Let's throw this chair sheet up on the screen. In both a video and also corresponding tweet, he urged workers to vote in that unionization drive. Let's take a listen to a little bit of what he had to say.
I've made it clear when I was running that my administration's policy would be to support unions organizing and the right to collectively bargain. I'm keeping that promise. You should all remember, the National Labor Relations Act didn't just say that unions are allowed to exist. It said that we should encourage unions. So let me be really clear. It's not up to me to decide whether anyone should join a union. But let me be even more clear. It's not up to an employer to decide that either. The choice to join a union is up to the workers, full stop.
So he didn't actually go as far as encouraging workers to vote to unionize.
Yes.
He just encouraged them to vote. But his message was lauded by the head of the AFL-CIO, Richard Trumka, who also is a key Biden ally. I wouldn't be surprised if Trumka was in his ear saying, come on, you got to say something about this.
Right.
So I want to give him credit for saying something, but also I can't help but contrast Democrats like tiptoeing around with this versus the way that Republicans act on the other side. Corker aggressively came out when there was that VW organizing effort in Tennessee and basically told workers that if they voted against the union, new work would come to their plant, which, by the way, in my view of the legal framework here, is basically illegal to threaten or coerce in that way. But he was unafraid to do that. Or go back to Ronald Reagan, who busted the air traffic controller union, fired all 13,000 air traffic controllers. That really set the stage for aggressive anti-union efforts on the Republican side of the party for years and years to come. But with the Democrats, all they can do is like, unions exist and you should vote, period.
Yeah, that's where it's such a weird thing. Look, obviously credit where due. Good for him. I'm glad he said it. He also said Alabama in his tweet, but as far as I could tell, did not say the words Alabama in the actual video itself. So take it for what you will.
It definitely did not mention Amazon specifically in either the video or the tweet.
That's right. So it was like geared towards Alabama. But see, this is where it's just very strange, which is that he puts Alabama in the tweet, but then the video itself is like unions should exist and people should vote and only they should decide. It's like, okay, well, where do you stand on this thing exactly? So it's a very, very kind of dancing around the issue. That being said, like, don't want to downplay it. It is actually pretty significant for the president, at least to put Alabama within the tweet from the official account and send it out from there. So it's a very middling endorsement of what is happening there.
Perfect Biden.
It is. It is exactly Biden.
Like what's
still
the bare minimum?
If you want to see Bidenism, this is it.
Yeah, this is it exactly. And we should keep in mind there's a new poll out that has unions have gained like 17 points in popularity over the past decade. They're at near all-time highs in terms of how popular they are. So it's not even like you'd be going out on a limb in taking this position, especially with the Democratic base or with independents at this point, and actually with a decent chunk of Republicans. Unions and labor rights continue to be popular, especially during the pandemic and what we've seen over the past year. Also bear in mind that some top Obama White House officials made their way over to Amazon after the administration.
His own aide,
so that's
Jay
always
Carney.
part of the context here of wonder why you didn't call out Amazon specifically in this video. Interesting to note.
I wonder if Jay Carney had something to say about that. It's not like he doesn't have the literal president's ear, but hey, whatever. Okay.
All right, more rising for you after this.